now what we'll do is we'll go into the third tab, in which case you'll notice that the first thing is happening is the contents of these two cells have changed. So the first one is where it was 930, so that's cell number C2 and cell number C3. So what we'll do is we'll go on to our code and change these two values. So the first one was C2, so that is the one with 930, keep it temporarily closed, and the other one was with 945, so that's C3, and we find 945 and change that to temporarily closed, update it to run, and we have the contents now updated as per the Excel file. But that's not just it, right? So after we update the contents, we click on the fourth tab and we see that because they both were temporarily closed, we have merged the cells together. So now this particular merging is called Rowspan, because this cell merges across two rows, right? It merges across rows, and that's why it's called a row span. So it is the opposite of call span. This is a row span which merges across the rows. Now what we want to do is we want to replicate this same design in our HTML table, and to do that we'll head over to the first cell. So always when you do a merge or when you do a call span or a row span, you look for the first cell that is in this particular group of cells. So the first one is over here, temporarily closed, and what we want to do is just like we did for call span, we type a space and we type in row span is equal to 2, and now because the second temporarily closed cell won't be required, we need to find that one which is in the other tr group, and we remove that. So unlike a call span where both cells may be adjacent to one another, in row span that's not the case. So that can be a bit confusing, but you just have to make sure that with the number of cells you're spanning this row across, those number of cells you need to remove it from the HTML code. And so that part is slightly bit confusing because now you have 5 TD tags here but only 4 TD tags here. So that's might be a bit confusing at the start to get over with, but I'm sure you'll get over it pretty quick. So we click on the run button, and now we have the cell contents merged together. Now if you go into CSS, copy the same thing, and instead of call span we say row span, and align the contents in the center. So although this is left aligned, but we see that the adding CSS to this is pretty much the same as adding CSS to the call span, and basically both work in the same way. So just to summarize, a row span spans across two rows or across two or more rows, and a call span spans across columns. So here's a little visual guide here. The green ones are the row spans and the orange one is the call span. But of course what we'll do is we'll also replicate these colors in our HTML table. So go on to CSS, and for the call span we'll give it a background color of orange, and the row span will give it a background color of green. So the green one is the row span which spans across rows, and the orange one is the call span which spans across columns.